welcome. You are without doubt the toughest person to find an opponent for in the cruiserweight division. And I was having a very interesting conversation with Mr. David Hay, who was sitting next to you yesterday, who was speaking so highly about you, thinks that you're going to be such a big threat, not just at cruiserweight, but heavyweight, by the way, as well. You were due to fight Jack Massey, which was a great fight. We know he injured his arm. You're out defending your WBA title. We know you've also been mandated for the European Cruiserweight Championship, which is a very, very tough fight, which you've asked me to go and make. Frustrated by the movement, or you keep insane, you know what you're doing, you're playing the game, you're understanding how the game works, and you're staying active?
I think that's what it is. First of all, must thank you for getting me on such a beautiful card. I'm happy to be here. And yeah, I just feel like what keeps me kind of grounded and focused on, like, no matter what happens in boxing, is that life is a lot bigger than any fight. Obviously, I can see that Richard is very, very pumped and charged up for the fight on Saturday, along with my stablemate in Chris. And I think that everyone just needs to just chill out and remember that it's only boxing. So that's what kind of keeps me focused and keeps me driven. I will win on Saturday, and then I will go on to win the European title, and then I'll go on to win the world title. I've said it before, and I'll continue to say it.
Talk about those changes under Shane McGuigan. We see it in the clips, but it's been a good change. You're feeling good. Feel as though in that short space of time you've already improved a lot going into Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, what we see with Shane is more than just like, just, you know, looking good on the pads and stuff. It's, you know, just little stuff like when I'm sparring against heavyweights, against different styles of people, the little instructions to just that make a big difference. So I've been enjoying the work I've been doing.
And finally, I don't know whether you want me to ask this question or not, but I'm going to ask you. This fight down here, which I think everybody is excited about, how do you see that fight playing out?
I think Chris is going to stop him in 1 round.
1 round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes? Okay, Mr. Guidino down the end has other... Yes? Good. Well,
so he said his boxer will take the arena on this, and the O2 arena. That's Argentinian, yes.
We look forward to Okoli against Guidino on Saturday night, and Billam Smith against Riakporhe, 2 important cruiserweight. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Guidino. We move on to the heavyweight championships now. Again, 2 great heavyweight fights here, and of course, the main event in Whyte against Rivas. Before we speak to Artur Szpilka, I'm going to speak to David Hay to talk us through this fight, and also his charge, Derek Chisora, in camp. We know this is a very, very dangerous fight for Derek Chisora, one he's been working very hard on with Dave Coldwell. David, welcome, and a big fight. I've seen you really, your heart and soul is in these campaigns, and you live it and you breathe it with these guys, and expecting a tough fight on Saturday.
Yeah, very tough fight. Szpilka's a world-class fighter and another very avoided fighter. He's obviously a southpaw. He's dangerous. You know, he's fought. You know, he gave a good account of himself against Deontay Wilder. But I believe Derek has the inner strength. He has the will. When it comes toe-to-toe, blow for blow, I believe Derek will be the man standing. It's a hard fight, and he knows that. So he's punished himself in training. He's cut no corners. You know, he's had sparring partners. Sparring was a bit awkward in the beginning, getting accustomed to the southpaw style. But he went through the horrible part of the awkwardness to get to the good place, and he was then landing quality shots, and he's got a grip to the southpaw style. And he's looking forward to putting on a great performance because, as we've spoken about, getting past Szpilka gives him that big fight, the fight with the likes of Joseph Parker. And Joseph wants to fight. I was with him in Vegas, and he was saying, "I can't wait for this. Let's get this fight with Chisora on." He knows that's a great fight, but none of that happens unless he gets past Szpilka. And I know Szpilka's been in shape. He's in shape. You know, I saw him. He's ready to go. And I think this is going to be a very, very exciting fight. You know, a fight where Derek's going to grind him down and stop him late. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be. It's not an easy fight. It's not a tune-up fight. People may not have heard the name Szpilka in the UK, but he's a genuine threat, and he's a guy that's going to, I believe, bring out the very best in Derek, because Derek needs to be at his best. What he turned up with against Say Nagashi last time won't be enough to win again on Saturday night. Derek knows that, so he's cranked up in training. His nutrition's good, his sleeping's good, he's not socialised, and he's getting it right. And I'm looking forward to the fight. It's a tough fight, but it's a fight. It's a must-win fight for him.
That is, you know, we know with Derek the fights against Gashi and the fights against Kayabel, the ones where he's not quite motivated. There's something about the O2 when Derek Chisora's backs up against it. Dillian Whyte fight, the Carlos Takam fight, which goes down as one of the great fights at the venue of all time.
Exactly.
He needs to pull that performance. He needs to pull the special O2 Derek Chisora out the bag.
No doubt that it seems the better his opposition and the more heat that's been put on him, you know, he seems to rise to the occasion. When someone's not really putting it on him and they're just trying to survive, you know, Derek, it appears though he just goes through the motions and gets a point to win, which isn't that enthralling for the fans. But this guy's coming to win, and Derek's ready to go. You know, I've watched his sparring. He's you know, particularly his last 3 sparring sessions, which are the most important. This is when everything seemed to click and everything came together, and war is happening on Saturday night.
War is coming. Artur Spilka, welcome. Been trying to get you on shows, for Matchroom shows, for many, many years, especially in America as well. We know you have huge support worldwide from Polish communities in London, in New York, in Chicago. A big fight for your career on Saturday night.
Yes, first, I won't say my English no good. I hope so you understand me. And hello, welcome. Yeah, I'm so happy. You know, everything was good, but I'm not coming here talk. I coming here for the war, and just this, I have big respect for Chisora. He a warrior. He's a big heart, and you know, I know him personally, and always when I watch his fight, he give all heart. He won't destroy opponent, but not this time. Thank you.
Just finally, the O2 is not far from here. It is a beautiful arena. The atmosphere is incredible. Derek Chisora lifts himself in that arena all the time. You're ready for war on Saturday night?
Of course, I like feel big emotion, you know. Like I have, my English no good, of course. I have more, you know, more. I don't know. Jak jest powiedzieć, że mam większą mobilizację?
He said he's definitely going to knock him out on Saturday night.
No.
Emotion.
Yeah, I have. Oh, exactly. I have more motivation for this fight. You know, he is good fighter. He have big name, and also I'm happy. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, everybody. And just I can wait Saturday night. Let's go.
Well done, Arthur. Well done. My Polish is not very good, so don't worry.
But you must teach.
I will. Yes, dear piękna. Thank you. Derek, I know you've done so many of these press conferences now. Sometimes you want to talk, sometimes you don't want to talk. But you seemed chilled yesterday. I think you know how big this fight is for your career. I know you're excited, but you're just going to get on with it on Saturday night, right?
I'm sweating like a pig right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you sweating?
No.
I'm dripping. Jesus. Listen, you know what? I want to take my time here right now, everybody, to understand that, you know, boxing is great. I love boxing, especially all these big shows happening. But some of these shows are big, but that will not be happening if it wasn't for one man in this room. Most people don't recognize this man. I want to give my time right now to recognize Mike Goodall sitting there. Okay. Mike Goodall, ladies.
Well done, Mike.
You know, he puts the ring in, he makes it all happen. By the time you walk in there, the ring is all stable because of that man right there. So, and I think he's seen more fights than anybody else in this room. Am I lying, Mike? What's your best fight you ever seen? No, best fight you ever seen in your career. Yeah.
If you didn't hear that, he said Chisora attacking.
Yeah, you know what? On side is good. Sorry, this is what Mike. I don't think this is working. I think you're doing your job wrong now. No. Saturday's gonna be buzzing, man. You know, you got Okoli, Dave Allen, David Price, myself. You know, you got the young generation down there coming up. It's gonna go off. I hope you guys tune in, or if you're reporting, I hope you get your ticket to come and watch. You know, I know Spielka for a while. You know, I know him from Poland. I go to Poland a lot. You know, everybody says they're gonna come and fight, but really and truly, I hope he don't run. He gives the fans what he's saying he's coming to do, and I'm ready to go to war. I always like to go to war. I can't box. That's one thing I can't do. I like to fight. Fighting, yes, but boxing, I can't box. So I hope he comes to fight, you know, and we'll put a great show on. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And is there any Brexiters in here? Brexit? No Brexit? I'm joking.
Cheers, Del Boy. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And we'll be rooting for you on Saturday night, my friend. The final fight to talk about up here, again, I have no idea what's going to happen in this fight. And I think as a fan, it's great to be involved in fights and shows like this fight in front of us with Bilham Smith against Riakporhe, where you just don't know. So many possibilities, but just so much excitement to see what's going to happen. David Price, we're going to start with you. Again, jumping into a big fight. You've been on so many of these big stages now. Chief support on a huge show. And as always, a very important fight for your career on Saturday.
Every fight in every boxer's career, Eddie, I think is the next fight is the most important, because the training camp's done. No matter what happens Saturday night, you're getting paid, but you're fighting for your future, and me in particular, fighting for my future in this fight. Dave Allen, the perfect opponent for me Saturday night, I believe. You know, style-wise, suits my style, and I suit his style, in his opinion. So it's going to gel, and it's going to be a great collision. I think it's been a long time coming in the pipeline, this fight. There's no bad blood before the fight, but I think the two of us are, well, I know I can only speak for myself. I'm desperate to win the fight. So once that bell rings Saturday night, it's just going to be all guns blazing.
I saw you in the open workout and you look fantastic, and you look like you got the confidence going into this fight. You know, Dave Allen, who's really just come of age recently, has not boxed at the level or does not have the reputations of the Kuzmins or the Povetkins or that kind of level that you box. Do you have the confidence because you just believe you're a better all-round fighter than Dave Allen, or you just feel like you've got the beating of him?
I think it's a bit of both. I think the timing's right for me. I think I'm coming into my prime as a man and as a fighter, and it's easy to forget the experience I've had as a fighter. I've had well over 100 odd fights in my career as an amateur and as a professional, so I'm very experienced, long in the tooth, and just physically and mentally and emotionally I feel like this is where I'm coming into my prime, and I think it's the right time for me to strike.
Finally, the pundits and the general consensus is Price early, Allen late. Do you see that as well, or do you believe you will end this fight early?
I'm going to go out there with the intentions of doing what I've been doing in training, and that's to let the power shots go from the way it go, because I need to let Dave Allen know that he's in a serious fight. Otherwise, it'll encourage him to keep coming forward. So if I land them power shots early, I do believe the fight can end early. But we'll see Saturday night.
Look forward to it. Finally, Dave Allen. Can't quite believe you got a suit on up here. A massive occasion for you. I mean, again, it was a massive occasion for you headlining at the O2 against Lucas Brown. You're taking this more seriously than we've ever seen you, or just seriously. And, you know, Darren Barker there's done a great job. How do you feel going into this fight? You know, you're always sort of seen as the crown jester and the joker of the boxing scene. But a massive fight and a massive opportunity for you on Saturday night.
Yeah, we spoke just before the press conference started. It was a year ago today. You offered me the Nick Webb fight. I was ready to retire a year ago, and I took the Webb fight, and things turned around. And I said that everything after I knocked Nick Webb out, everything's a bonus. I should be retired now. I went and beat Nebo, Bracamonte, and I beat Lucas Brown. And if you'd have told me that a year ago, I would never have believed you. So everything is a bonus. Saturday night again is another bonus. This one's a big one. Thank you, Eddie, for this big bonus. Thank you. It's nice. I'm just living a life I never thought that I would, and I want it to continue. And the word that David used, desperate. I'm desperate for this to continue. It's a good fight. I think David Price isn't the fighter that he was. I think he was as an amateur, and when he first turned pro, he was exceptional. The things you don't lose as you get older, or your power, and he's not going to lose his boxing ability. He's absolutely massive. It's a big ask. It's a big ask for me. You know, the experience he's got is the key. I hope he comes as I go early, because he can't discourage me. Like, he couldn't discourage me with a sledgehammer. So,
do you think he has the power to knock you out? I mean, he's renowned as one of the biggest punchers in the division. You can't just be taking these shots. And
he's got the power to put me unconscious, but anything short of unconscious, he's in big trouble, because I'm just going to be there. So, unless he knocks me spark out, he doesn't win this fight. I'm not saying that's an impossibility. I'm saying good luck to him, because he'll need it.
What has been the switch in mentality from you over that period? I see you looking over at Darren Barker, and you know what has changed your life in terms of your focus, in terms of your desire, and your mindset to take things seriously.
I just matured a lot. You know, I matured as a man. I spoke to David the other day. I've matured a lot the last 12 months. Met Darren. I took on a few kids over there, Danny Morell and Monty. I took them on. You know, I'm going to provide for them as well. I just want to better my life. You know, I was just plodding on, living in my bed sit, as Dylan Whyte used to call it, in my little flat. And then something clicked. And I thought, you know what, I want better than this. And I beat Nick Webb. I bought my own house, and I just thought, you know what, why? I'm here in my suit now. And I just thought, why not try and be better? Why not have nice things in life? So, yeah, I want to do that now. And I know if I train hard and keep listening to Darren and performing, I can beat David Price. I can go on, and why not have a nice life, Eddie? That's what I decided. I just thought, yeah, why not me? So
you came to me yesterday and said that if you beat David Price, well, actually you said, when I beat David Price, will you give me the Povetkin fight on the Lomachenko-Campbell card? Do you worry about looking past these fights, such a heavyweight, such a dangerous division in the heavyweights, or you believe you win this fight comfortably on Saturday night?
It's not a case of overlooking, because I think David Price is criminally underrated in this country by boxing fans. All boxing people here know how good David Price is as a fighter. He's got his pitfalls, you know. People worry about his chin and his ability to do 12 rounds or whatever else, but he's a fantastic fighter. You know, he's been to the Olympics. I'm a boxer myself. I know what it takes to get to levels that I've not got to, which he has got to. So it's not overlooking. I just know that if I beat David, you know, if I'm on your case with a Povetkin fight, my mum might not have to go to work again, you know, and things like that. So it's not overlooking. It's incentive. I know Saturday night when it gets hard in there, because it will get hard. It'll get really hard for me and for David. I know that I've got to keep pushing. And if you're going to pay me what you're going to pay me for Povetkin, that will definitely keep me in there when it gets rough. So I'm not overlooking. I'm just being excited and trying to incentivise myself.
Well, you certainly had the toughest fight of your career on Saturday night against David Price. What a fight, what a card on Saturday at the O2. I cannot wait. We're going on Sky Sports Facebook from around 5 p.m. With Babic and Fabio Wardley. And then we kick off the night with Dan Aziz against Charlie Duffield, Lawrence Okoli, Chris Billam-Smith against Riakporhe, Derek Chisora against Artur Spilka, Dave Allen against Dave Price, and of course the main event, Dillian Whyte against Oscar Rivas. It is an incredible night of boxing. Sky Sports box office in the UK, Dazn across America and in their territory as well. Do not miss it. We're going to have head-to-heads now down the front, and all these guys are available for the media. And thank you to the media for a great turnout today. Thank you.
Undercard press conference, done and dusted. Some interesting comments there from some of the fighters. Really, really good domestic clashes on this bill. Anybody particularly caught your eye there?
Yeah, other than the obvious for me, Riakporhe, Billam-Smith, I think. You know, yeah, do you know what? I just if it's genuine, I quite like a bit of needle, and I think, you know, they both feel that they deserve to be, you know, ranked up there, ranked a bit higher, and yeah, I think that's gonna live to be fireworks. I do.
Well, we just had a couple of people walk across. One of them was Grant Smith, Dalton's dad and trainer.
They want. Johnny Nelson jumping in.
We're going to grab Dalton now. Why don't you come on in? I mean, your dad's just made his TV debut on the show.
Trying to get on camera.
I know, we get people drifting in and out. That's what happens when security's lax. Dalton, good to see you. Second fight out after your headline a couple of months ago, which went very, very well. Nice to see you back already. How's the camp gone this time around?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a funny one really, because I was due to box on the Manchester card.
Yeah.
You know, that one fell through. And then Eddie delivered and said, "Oh, you're on the undercard of this pay-per-view one." So, you know, I couldn't be happier. It's probably worked out better. You know, I'm just excited and I can't wait to perform.
Did you have to just sort of ease back a little bit from training and then kind of go again just so you peaked, or did you just carry on as normal?
I just had a couple of days off, just eased it down a bit, then picked it back up. But like I say, I'm in a 4-rounder, so you know, I'm fit for that. I'm fully fit to 4 rounds, you know what I mean?
I was saying to you at the start of the show, you know, for someone like yourself that's competed at such a high level in the amateurs, you know, sharing the ring with, you know, the best in the world, has it been difficult? You know, I've had to do it myself, and you know, lots of others had to do it. You know, now fighting at I don't like to be disrespectful, but a lower level. So you're now fighting guys that you're expected to be, you know, with losing records. Is it hard for you, being such a competitive person, being someone that's compete at the higher level? Is it tough for you to get motivated for these fights?
I wouldn't say it's tough to get motivated, you know, because you know I'm boxing at the O2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I need to put on a good performance and show my class. So I know the opposition's not as good as what I've boxed in the amateurs and stuff, but you know, I think if you can become complacent, you know, you can become unstuck.
Yeah.
So you know, I need to be stay switched on to make sure I perform well.
Because I guess part of it is, when you're looking at a prospect, is knowing whether they can cut it at the top level when the pressure's on. And I know we spoke to you the first time it was announced you were making your debut. We talked about the time we saw you box Yaz Toledo on what?
Yeah.
How many days' notice was that?
You had 5 days notice on that one.
Best in the world at your weight probably at that time, and you went in over 5 rounds and you gave him hell. I know you didn't win the fight, but you couldn't miss him with the right hand, and it was on a big stage as well. It was a WSB final, the Lionheart's a lot on the line, and you were one of the standout performers for GB then. And at that point, for me personally, you think, well, if someone can come in at that stage and handle the pressure, you must have confidence in yourself that when you do get to the levels, whatever title you go for, whether it's an intercontinental or an international, that you will be able to handle the pressure on that stage.
Yeah, I've always felt when there's more pressure on my shoulders, you know, that's when it brings the best out of me. So I'm confident the bigger my fights get, the better my performance is going to come. So, you know, I'm just excited for the journey.
I guess there's that aspect I'm talking about where you're worried, not worried, but you think to yourself, how will you try and get motivated for these sort of fights, and you know, where you've been competing, you want to put your skills against someone who's also a very good fighter in the amateurs. But this is, you know, when you hear people saying, you know, he's got to learn his trade, it's like occasions like this, being on a box office show at the O2, you're not used to things like this. You know, this is all a part of your development as a young fighter. And I think the sports public, general public, or the boxing fans don't quite understand. It's not just about, you know, your development in the ring. It's about what you're learning during fight week, etc. I mean, how have you been dealing with all this?
You know, from a young kid, you watch these shows on TV and think, one day, gosh, I wish I can box in shows like that, you know. And it's finally come around, so you know, it's about embracing it and enjoying it. You know, I've done it, I've dreamt of it from a young age, and it's finally come now. So.
And a great stable that your dad's built up there. Lee McGregor boxing soon. I know he's going back up for one of Steffi Ball's shows soon. And Sonny Edwards last weekend. Charlie back in camp as well.
Really
so everybody's starting to thrive now, and it must be good fun to be part of that.
That's it. Yeah, the gym's thriving at the minute. You know, and I think the success is, you know, bringing more success into the gym.
Yeah.
You know, we thrive off each other. We're like a family in the gym. You know, we support each other. So that's it.
And you see it, didn't you? Sorry, mate. You see it with